You've probably spent hours preparing for birth. You've researched, you've planned, you've followed the doulas on Instagram, and you've done everything so that you can feel ready. But here's the real question. Is your partner actually prepared? Because here's the truth. Your partner will either be your greatest support in labor or your greatest stressor. And the difference, it's not about how much they love you. It's about how prepared they are. Most partners want to help. They want to support you. They want to be there for you. They want to do the right thing. But here's what happens when labor actually starts. They freeze. They second guess. They wait for you to tell them what to do. Except if you're in the middle of contractions, the last thing that you want to do is to coach your husband. And here's what makes this even harder is that most birth prep classes don't actually prepare partners for labor. They tell them be supportive, but they don't actually teach them how to step in the right moments. So that is exactly what we're covering today, because your partner should not be standing there not knowing what to do while you're in labor. They should be confident, they should be prepared, and they should be ready to support you in a way that actually helps, not stresses you out more. So today we're breaking it all down. The 3 biggest mistakes that partners make in labor so that yours doesn't. What partners should be doing in each stage of labor, early, active, and pushing. I want you to walk away from this class with things that you and your partner can start applying today. So this isn't just theory, this is real strategies that work. But the reality is this is a short class and we can only scratch the surface. But if you really want to make sure that your partner isn't just aware of birth and is fully trained and ready to support you with every stage of labor, that's exactly what we do deeper inside my birth coach. So let's get into our class today. Welcome to Trust Your Birth Tuesday, where we cut through the noise, ditch the fear-based nonsense that we're fed about birth, and actually get you feeling prepared and confident. I'm Coco. I'm a birth doula and coach and a mama of 2. And here's what I've learned. Your partner, they're going to add unintentional stress because they just don't know what to do. And listen, that isn't even their fault. Most partners do not get the right preparation. They don't even know what labor looks like, let alone how they're actually supposed to support you confidently without second guessing. And that's exactly why when I was pregnant, I knew I couldn't just hand my husband a list of tips and expect him to show up ready. I couldn't just send him the reels that told him what to do. I needed him to actually train for birth the same way that I was. And let me tell you, because he was prepared, it truly made all the difference. During my second labor, he could tell that I was in transition before my midwife could. He was not just there. He was tuned in. He was anticipating what I needed, adjusting how he supported me without having to say a word. And that's what I want for you. My husband is not just a unicorn. He trained. Because the truth is, a doula is an amazing support. Obviously, I'm a doula. I'm all for doulas. But she doesn't know you the way that your partner does, and she never will. She maybe has spent a few hours getting to know you. Your partner has spent years with you. They know your tells. They know when you're holding back. They know when you need encouragement and when you need space. But if they don't know how to support you in labor, they won't know actually how to help you. And the last thing you want them to do is to be standing there awkwardly waiting for someone to tell them what to do. And that's exactly what we do inside my birth coaching. I don't want to just prepare you for birth. I want to make sure that your partner knows exactly how to support you every step of the way. But we're going to start here. Today, let's give you some strategies to make sure that your partner isn't just in the room, that they're fully involved, actually making a difference. So the 3 biggest mistakes. 1, they wait for you to tell them what to do. If your partner's there asking, what do you need? It's already too late. Because you're in the middle of a contraction. You don't have time to think about what you need, much less explain it to somebody else. And that's where a lot of people assume, hey, well, isn't that what a doula is for? A doula can offer guidance, yes, but she cannot replace the person who knows you best. Your doula is going to suggest comfort measures, offer reassurance, and help keep things on track, but she's only spent a few hours getting to know you specifically. Your partner will know what you need specifically. They know the difference between I'm fine and I need you right now. But if they don't know how to read those signs in labor, they're just going to end up standing there waiting for direction when you just want them to know. So how do you fix this? Your partner needs to actually practice reading you and understanding what helps you in these times of intensity. They need to practice this ahead of time so that they instinctively know how to step in with hands-on support, remind you when to breathe, and maybe they just need to hold space. 2, they focus on fixing instead of supporting. Most partners mean well, but when they see you in pain, they just want to fix it. And that's why so many partners, when they see contractions getting intense, they say things like, should we just get the epidural? Or do we need to change your birth plan? Or are you sure you don't want something to help you with the pain? And this is the problem. That's not support. If you've been training your whole pregnancy, preparing for an unmedicated birth, you don't need your partner offering you ways to get out of that the second things get hard. You need them to reinforce the choices that you have already made. And the only way that they're going to do that is if they fully understand why you made those choices in the first place. Inside my birth coaching, that is a really big part of what we do, not just preparing you, but making sure that your partner understands birth the way that you do. Because if they don't get why you've made these decisions, they're not going to know how to confidently support you when it matters the most. If your partner also doesn't know what's happening in labor and that the contractions are supposed to be intense, and that they come in waves, and that your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, then they're going to default to trying to take that intensity away. And that's the last thing that you need. That's why it's so important to prepare together. The more your partner understands labor, not just what happens, but why it happens, the more confident they'll be in supporting you instead of trying to rescue you from an experience that isn't supposed to be painless. And number 3, they underestimate their role. Some partners think that their job in labor is to stand there, hold your hand, and tell you, hey, you're doing a great job, babe. And yes, encouragement is great, but that really isn't enough because your partner isn't supposed to just be a spectator. They're not just supposed to be along for the ride. They are a key part of this birth process. In fact, research shows that continuous support from a trusted partner significantly reduces the need for interventions. It leads to shorter labors, lower C-section rates, and even higher satisfaction with the birth experience. And yet, so many partners walk away thinking, we'll just follow her lead. But if they're waiting for you to tell them what to do while you're in labor, that means you are managing labor for both of you, and you shouldn't have to do that. So let's break this down stage by stage so they know exactly how to step in and actually be helpful. So early labor, what's happening? Contractions are mild and they're usually pretty spaced out. You're talking, you're moving, and even probably resting between those contractions in early labor. Labor is starting, but it's not yet active. So what your partner can do at this stage is protect your energy. This stage can last for hours, especially for a first-time mom. They should encourage you to rest, hydrate, and eat while you still can. They also can help in setting up the environment. Dim the lights, play music, create a calm space. Your nervous system is going to pick up on all of these signals, and feeling safe is what is going to allow labor to progress. And don't hover. Constantly asking, are you okay? Actually increases adrenaline, which can slow labor down. They should be present, but not making you feel watched. So where most partners go wrong is they don't actually realize how much their presence can impact how you feel. If they're nervous, if they're unsure, if they're waiting for someone to tell them what to do, that energy is going to seep into the room. I've seen partners who thought they were being supportive, but unknowingly they were disrupting the flow of labor just by hovering, looking uncertain, or constantly checking in. I've also seen partners who walked in already confident in their role. You can totally feel the difference. It changes the whole atmosphere of birth. And this is why preparing ahead of time is everything. If your partner isn't already equipped with these skills to set the tone right from the very beginning, they're walking in half prepared. All right, active labor. This is where things start happening, right? Contractions are stronger, they're longer, they're closer together. You probably can't talk through them anymore. You are fully in it. This is when labor gets intense. So here is what your partner can do. Use counter pressure, use hands-on support, use the comfort measures that you have been practicing in pregnancy. This is where they're going to need to step in physically. Breathe with you. Use those breathing techniques that you're mastering during pregnancy. Have them help guide you through that. Breathe with you. They should know how to mirror you and keep you grounded and help you change positions. All the positions that you've been learning as you've been training for this unmedicated birth, your partner should know them just as well. There's beautiful partner-supported positions that can really help labor keep progressing, and they're the ones that should offer those up. They can shift the moment. They can help labor keep going. Where most partners struggle is they hesitate. They're not really sure what they actually should be doing, so they just kind of step back and they wait. And the hesitation is what's going to shift the energy. If you sense that they're unsure, it's going to make you feel unsure. And that is something that I really like to go deep inside when we have more time, like inside my birth coaching, because I don't want to just teach partners techniques. I want to make sure that they actually practice them. They actually know you ahead of time, because when labor starts, it's already second nature. They don't need to guess. They've already learned them. They've already practiced them. So you need them to step in without hesitation and knowing exactly how to apply and when to apply these hands-on techniques, adjust their approach, and read cues in real time will really make a difference. So transition. This is the most intense part of labor. Your contractions are back to back. You feel shaky, maybe nauseous. You start doubting yourself. This is the moment that you hit when you're like, I can't do this anymore, right? That's a very normal feeling during transition. What your partner should do during this time is stay calm. If they panic, you're going to panic. Repeat the affirmations that you've practiced together. This isn't just the time for generic encouragement. This is where coming in and knowing you makes the difference. And make sure that the partners stay close. Even if you seem out of it, their presence and their being there makes a huge difference. I've seen so many partners get caught off guard in this stage because they don't actually realize what's happening. They just hear, I can't do this anymore from you, and they want to fix it. That's when your partner starts second guessing everything. Should we get the epidural? Should I call the nurse? Is something wrong? But they don't realize that this is completely normal. You're saying it because you're really close to meeting your baby. You're saying it because your body is working harder than it ever has before, but it's doing what it's supposed to. A partner who's truly prepared and knows how to hold you through this moment is going to be a game changer. They don't panic. They don't question what you're doing. They don't try to change the plan. And that's why training ahead of time truly matters, because in that moment, you need them steady. And if you haven't already practiced what to say, how to keep you anchored, what transition actually looks like, they're not going to know how to give you that steadiness that you need at this time. All right, now pushing. Let's talk about what's happening. You're going to feel the urge to push. You're feeling exhausted, but you are at the finish line, mama. You are almost there. You need every ounce of strength and focus. So here is what your partner should do. They need to stay in your line of sight. They need to keep their presence close and keep you connected. They need to keep you anchored through the waves, their voice, their touch, their steadiness. All of that is going to keep you strong. And they need to help you focus, remind you how strong you are and how close you are to holding baby in your arms, and reinforce your progress. This is where partners can make a really big difference. And that's why partner prep isn't just about knowing what to do. It's about knowing how to be present, grounded, and fully tuned in. Because when labor starts, there's not time to have them figure it out in the moment. They either know what to do or they don't. Right now, you might be thinking, I think my partner might know what to do, but let's actually do a check-in. Let's see where you're at, because guessing isn't enough. So here's a simple way to check if your partner is actually prepared for labor. Ask yourself these 3 questions. 1, if labor started tonight, right now, let's say, if labor started right now, would my partner know how to recognize when I need more support without me asking? 2, could my partner confidently use hands-on comfort techniques like counter pressure, position changes, guided breathing without second guessing? And 3, if I hit a moment where I start to doubt myself, would my partner know exactly what to say to keep me steady? If the answer is yes to all 3, amazing. Your partner is truly ready to support you. But if there is even one hesitation, if you're thinking, I'm not totally sure, there's a gap that needs to be fixed now, not in labor. Because in the moment, there won't be time to pause, Google, or figure it out. Even if you have a doula, your partner will either step in confidently or struggle to keep up. And that's why exactly inside my Empower Method birth coaching, we don't leave this to chance. We make sure that your partner isn't just aware of birth, they're fully trained and are ready to step in without hesitation. So here's what we've covered today in our short class. The biggest mistakes partners make in labor and how to avoid them, what your partner should be doing at each stage of labor, and a simple way to test if they're actually prepared. But here's the thing. Understanding is not the same as being ready. You and your partner can hear all of this, but unless you actually practice together, you're still walking away into labor hoping that it all clicks into place. And hope is not a strategy, because when you're in labor, there's not time to figure this out. Your partner either knows what to do or they don't. And the difference is what you do right now. That's why inside my birth coaching program, I don't just prepare you. I make sure your partner is fully trained and supported through every stage of labor, because I know how important and what a difference that can make. I've seen it as a doula and I've experienced it firsthand. I would not have had the birth of my dreams had my husband not prepared the way that he did. In my coaching, we prepare hands-on comfort techniques together, so they actually know how to support you physically. We train them to recognize the key shifts in labor so they can step in before that you have to ask. And we make sure they don't just show up. They're actually going to become an active, confident part of this process. We're going to train them up just like I would with a doula. If you don't want them standing in labor hoping your partner just knows what to do, now is the time to make sure that they don't. Here's how. Click the button below and apply for my Empower Method birth coaching. If you're not sure if it's the right fit, that's fine. After you apply, we have a one-on-one free birth prep strategy session to make sure that this program aligns with your goals and that you'll be a good fit for it along with the other mothers inside. This is your birth. Your partner should be ready for it too. Let's make sure that they are. Apply now, and let's make sure both of you are fully prepared and confident to walk into the birth of your dreams.